A cloudy, misty start for many of us, brightening up as we head through the day. But how long will the dry weather last? I'll have all the details of that and more coming up on Good Morning Britain.
Thursday, 14th.
I'm in better voice this morning.
Oh, bless you.
Yeah.
What's happening in Spain? This weather just seems like a curse on them.
Honestly, it's crazy. So yesterday I was talking about how there was going to be more heavy rain for southern areas of Spain. Actually, a friend of mine texted me to say her mum and dad changed their holiday plans, went somewhere else, and they're glad they did because we had lots of flooding in the people wrapping up their cars to make sure that they don't float away. And the problem is there is so much more rain to come. So this is the why. And it's actually largely down to what's happening here in the UK. High pressure is here. This blocks weather fronts. So what they're doing is low pressure is dipping further south. This is called a danner. It's the name of the system because the low pressure comes in and it hits the mountains and it just can't move anywhere very quickly. So while we continue with the setup of high pressure across the UK, we will continue to have low pressures moving across Spain. It's very unusual for this time of year. And we're set to see more heavy rainfall through Thursday, more heavy rainfall through Friday. Already yesterday, these are the rainfall totals. Malaga seeing 1.5 months worth of rainfall in just one day. Valencia seeing, again, 1.5 months of rainfall in just one day. There are red warnings in force, the highest level you can get, danger to life, and they're set to see another 2 months worth of rainfall today in just 4 to 5 hours. So the situation there, unfortunately, is set to get a lot worse. So it's incredible, isn't it? Not seemingly that far away, low pressures just piling in, bringing more and more rain. For us, it is more of the same. It is high pressure, keeping things fine and settled. But the longer you have high pressure, the more cloud gets caught up in it. So first thing this morning, a fair bit of mist and fog around, cloud thick enough through southern areas to produce some outbreaks of rain and drizzle.
You're watching Good Morning.
Leave me, watch this.
Not bad. Yes, the voice is still a little bad, but if you watch for the whole show, you'll notice how it recovers by the end of it. Now, weather-wise, things are set to get a bit cloudier by the weekend, wetter, and into next week, colder. Let me give you all the details and the why. First of all, high pressure sits across the UK. This has been keeping weather fronts at bay, but we have seen all the flooding in 11 to 12, but in the best of any sunshine, 14 degrees will feel very nice indeed. So let's see how things pan out as we head through the next 7 days. Change is coming. I talked about it 2 weeks ago, 2 weeks of dry, settled weather. We have had that. Then it changes this weekend. First of all, let's look at our temperatures. The trend is for it to be mild and then, look, drop massively as we head into next week. So turning much, much colder. Percentage chance of rainfall, largely dry today and tomorrow. Increasing weather fronts move in through the end of the week and the weekend. And then the transition to the colder weather with some sleet and snow in the forecast next week. Fortunes further south for England and Wales as we head through the next 7 days. Again, temperatures are average or above for many of us. It's been like that for weeks. Stuck in a rut, but the weekend into next week, a dramatic drop in temperature by day and by night. Yes, percentage chance of rainfall low for the next few days. Weather fronts arrive. The change comes with rain this weekend and into next week, sunny spells and wintry showers. Welcome back to Good Morning Britain. The weather remains fine and settled across the UK. High pressure continues to dominate. A very different story in Spain for the coming days. More torrential rain, more flooding, and that is certainly going to get worse as we head through the next few days. But then notice, change for us this weekend. High pressure moves away. Finally, those low pressures return after 2 weeks of pretty much dry weather, and then all change. But for today, more of the same, but more cloud. So a cloudier start this morning means it's not quite as cold first thing compared to how it was yesterday. Cloud thick is in the south where there's some outbreaks of rain and drizzle, that annoying nuisance value rain and drizzle. But through the morning, if it's misty where you are, that will lift and break. So a brightening process. You'll notice today it's sunny spells rather than beautiful blue skies and temperatures not quite as high. So we're looking at 11, 12, maybe 13 degrees with the best of any brightness across the eastern areas of Scotland. Tonight, cloudier in the northwest where it's mild, clear in the south with a touch of frost, largely fine and dry tomorrow before change comes from the north. Welcome back to Good Morning Britain. Now, the weather across the UK remains settled. That's thanks to high pressure. And where we have settled weather, another area has unsettled. This low pressure through southern Spain, yet again bringing more heavy rainfall here. We've seen flooding yesterday, more cars being dragged down the roads, turned into rivers, and there is more torrential rain to come. Welcome back to Good Morning Britain. Our weather, yet again, is settled and largely dry. I say largely, not all of us seeing dry conditions today. There's thicker cloud for some areas, some outbreaks of drizzle, but the promise of things brightening up as we head through the day. So this is how it looks at the moment. The satellite showing a fair bit of cloud in the south where it's thickest. That's where we have our drizzle. But Yes, misty, murky condition. You can see that from the white tinge on the map, but that lifts and breaks. So, brighter prospects this afternoon, sunny spells rather than the brilliant blue skies we've had of late. And 11 to 13 degrees, pretty much average in the sunshine, feeling very nice. Not quite so great in these cloudy grey skies in the west tonight. Cloudy skies in the north, where it remains mild. Clearer skies in the south, where we see a frost. And it sets us up for a good-looking start to the day tomorrow for England and Wales.